Hello everyone and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3. We are playing as France. I have to admit I haven't played in a decent amount of time. Things have been pretty busy with work and the like, but I'm excited to get back into this. If I remember correctly, yeah, we just reassigned the reserve division on the Maginot Line up here to the Expeditionary Army. And these are the people that we're going to be moving up over here when Germany finally declares on the Netherlands, and in an attempt to outflank our Maginot Line. I am confident in our ability to be able to hold them down here, and we shouldn't need to worry about the African front either, at least until Italy actually declares war on us, which shouldn't be until a decent amount into the war, especially if we're doing good against Germany. Then Italy won't want a piece of our highly skilled military, at least that's the hope anyway. Belgium has decided that it's better to garrison their border with us rather than their border with Germany, which is a fantastic idea on their part. Great. I wholeheartedly approve. Poland is now a part of the Allies. We proclaimed a guarantee of their independence after the German annexation of Czechoslovakia. Actually, it was mostly Great Britain that did that, but regardless, when Germany declares war on Poland now, it will be war. It will be 100% and utter war. They already signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, so if Germany takes too long in taking over Poland, the USSR will also declare on Poland. Really, Poland has absolutely no chance. I mean, we could send French brigades over there, but that would be really, really stupid of us. Basically, we'd be throwing them away. In the vain hope that we'll be able to actually hold out. I mean, Poland has so many victory provinces spread out over all their country that there's really not a possibility for us to get over there and really prevent them from falling. And Germany is just going to basically be blobbing. If we can prevent him from blobbing on this end, we're basically going to be forcing him to fight a two-front war. He won't have secure land borders over here. And when relations finally do break down between him and the Soviet Union, he'll be that much weaker for it. He'll need to keep many more troops over on our front to defend against us than he would normally if he just needed to defend against a naval invasion from like the United Kingdom or the United States. So that's our plan right now. We have a remarkably small air force, and we have our navy set up to hopefully be able to prevent any naval shenanigans. Maybe we can destroy the German navy if they're stupid enough to put it out of dock. Other than that, our hope is to take Copenhagen and deny them the use of this strait, basically keep them in here, but that will need to wait until they actually declare war on Denmark. So let's unpause the game and see what the future has in store for us. It's the end of August of 1939. Historically, Germany declared war on Poland in September of 1939, at which point the phony war started. Basically, nobody wanted to attack into or out of the fortifications of the Maginot Line, so there was technically a state of war that existed between these two countries, but they didn't actually do anything about it. So we're filling out the 13th Corps now, which is a member of the Expeditionary Army. I think 2 Corps might be enough to hold up here, but we're also going to want to use the Expeditionary Army to move up here, so really we want to expand them as much as physically possible. We're doing fairly well on upgrades. We're almost up to 100% officer ratio, which is what we're focusing on right now. We have barely any research going on at all. So we really need to get our officer ratio out so our troops can actually fight at full effectiveness. We're probably going to be outnumbered and we're probably going to be outgunned, but if our... Oh, wow, they did it early September. All right. So, Germany has declared war on Poland for Danzig, and since we guaranteed the independence of Poland, we now exist in a state of war with Germany. So our consumer goods need is non-existent now. We might as well bump up our supply need. That was actually really quick. I was hoping for a few more months of peace. I really was. Before we look at that, we can update our laws. Service by requirement is fantastic. Now, this peacetime manpower rotation doesn't matter to us at all because we're going to be at war. So yeah, go figure. Basically, this increases our national manpower modifier. Right now, we're only getting 6.4 per month, so that will double it, which is fantastic. We'll be gaining 12 per month. That's still next to nothing, but hey, you know, you do what you can. The reserves penalty impact is the strength of your units that you build as reserves. So under the 2-year draft laws, we build half of the units. You know, they get built at half strength. But here, reserves are built at 90% strength, so it's really worth a lot less for us to be building anything as reserves. But our officer recruitment speed also goes up by another half, so that's fantastic. It'll mean we're educating 50% more officers. I mean, you really can't complain about that. What other laws can we do? Total economic mobilization. I believe that's in industrial policy. No, we still can't move up to mixed industry because our unity isn't high enough yet. Well, that's unfortunate. It's in here, war economy. Less money, which might hurt us, but I'm not too worried about it. Less consumer goods, more resources, more industrial capacity. That sounds like an all-around good thing for us. And we can change our the press laws, that's what it is, to increase our counter-espionage and decrease our national unity changes, which is rather fantastic. So, as of now, we have a bunch more production we can do something with. Let's see. Oh, and we need to make sure to set our air units to actually fly. We're going to do air intercept over the Maginot Line. I doubt they're going to really focus too heavily on the Air Force over here. It's still a very... Actually, they've left a province completely undefended. Let's move in here. They're stupid enough to have declared war without fully garrisoning their border. I mean, that's their own fault. Maybe we can make them fight to take this back from us. That'd be fine with me. Push forward just a little bit. Okay, so we have our 2 interceptor wings doing stuff. Our tactical bombers, I think we need to let sit for now. We don't have air superiority. I know that for a fact. We are going to move our main battle fleet up to a patrol, and we might as well do the same with our Mediterranean task. Actually, there's really no reason to. We're only at war with Germany now, right? Yeah, the Mediterranean is basically closed off to Germany. We're perfectly safe down there in the Mediterranean. Do we want our submarines to be doing anything? I mean, we might as well. Let's see if we can intercept some German shipping. I like using the naval map mode in the convoy rating screen because you can see the range of the convoy raiders with respect to where all the other ships are that you have patrolling. Okay, you're in the Mediterranean, so are you, and so are you. Okay, that's fine. These two cut off this area right here. Should be able to intercept a decent amount of German shipping. Maybe we'll be able to intercept some German submarines before they can really do any significant damage. You attach to them, and yeah, we're leaving you right there. Okay. We still have no one in the Indo-Chinese front, but there's no fighting going on down there just yet. What were we doing? We were deciding what we need to do in terms of production. Okay, so we're building more mountain brigades to flesh out our Alpine units down at the Italian border. Building one more division of infantry with anti-tank, and we're finishing up that 13th Infantry Division, and we're building one medium armored brigade. Do we have an armored corps that... Yeah, this one isn't fully stocked yet. So the first army is all set and good. The second army needs an armored brigade. An armored corps, excuse me. And this one finishes off the first army's armored corps, so that's really what I think we need to spend our extra production on. We need to start a few... Where did I save that to? Right here. We'll build 2 of these, I mean, as reserves for now, just so we can get them on the field. They're not going to be ready for a very long time, but I think it is important that we get them in production. They're so expensive now. So expensive. These 2 just cost 50 IC, just right off the bat. Let's only build one at a time. We'll only build one at a time. That's still shot our production need through the roof. But it's necessary. We'll get it done. We can't move our armies into Belgium yet. Belgium does not want to give us military access because they're still under the misguided notion that they can maintain their neutrality. Supplies can drop down a little bit. It's all well and good, and we can deploy another infantry unit to the 13th Corps. So we need to watch for when Germany declares war on Denmark. Sometimes they wait until after they've declared war on the Low Countries. Sometimes they do it right away to sort of deny British shipping and navies from getting in here. And if, like, Britain or Poland has a navy in here that can't get out after they took control of the Øresund here, then it's basically just forfeit for the rest of the game. It will never be able to get supplies. It'll never have a dock to put into. Basically just gone. Yeah, now everyone's mobilizing their armed forces. It's really, really bad. Oh, we found the British Navy. We're not very well positioned here. But we do have bigger ships. I mean, this is our battleship fleet here. Do I have a submarine in this fleet? No. Someone else must. Is that a Polish submarine? It needs to be. I mean, that looks Polish to me, right? I wish you could see that in this screen. Alright, well, we'll slow down time quite a bit. The ships that are highlighted, you know, like not grayed out, are the ones that are actually firing. You can see their guns' effective firing distance there, and their effective positioning. And you can see at the top, the green one is who it's shooting at. So the Admiral Scheer is 8 kilometers away, and the Britannia's guns here have an effective distance of 28.6 kilometers. Now, since the Admiral Scheer is only 8 kilometers away, we're actually taking a 10% penalty. Now, most of the time, you really don't need to worry about any of this, because it'll all be done automatically. But this modifier up here, the positioning of your fleet, shows how effectively your admiral has managed to position all of your ships. The small ones down here really only exist to take fire away from your big battleships. The destroyers usually have higher defense than basically any other ship in the game. So they can survive more hits even from like a battleship than your battleships can. They are also incredibly cheap to build. It looks like we're winning rather handily here. Their ship, the Deutschland, is not firing. The Admiral Scheer and the Karl Rusch are, and one of their destroyer groups are, but we have most, if not all, of our ships firing. The Emden, it looks like a light cruiser, is taking significant losses here. And it is trying to retreat here. It is 27 kilometers away. Remember, the Britannia had an effective distance. Apparently now it's 32 kilometers because we didn't have that negative 10% penalty anymore. So as long as this guy is within the effective distance, we can still target him. Now, I don't know who is targeting the Emden. Oh, the Lorraine is. The Dupleix is. The Suffren is. Okay, so we've got a lot of ships focus firing on the Emden. Maybe we'll be able to take it down before it runs away. Let's see, another hour tick. Okay, no, it is exactly 38 kilometers away. The speed at which it can retreat is based on, you know, its speed, but also these ships can rush them down and try to keep up with them. So since this is a light cruiser and these are heavy cruisers that are chasing it, the light cruiser should presumably be able to get away, but apparently our speed is such that we've been able to keep the Dupleix within 1 kilometer. So even though this guy is trying to get away and is 38 kilometers away from the main battle, this Dupleix is actually only 1 kilometer away from him, so we might actually be able to take him down. Let's see, wait for another hour tick, and yeah, he's dead. We just took down the Emden. The Deutschland is not doing too well either. It looks like it looks like the Lorraine actually might have been the one to kill the Emland. Provence is attacking the Deutschland. It would be fantastic if we took out the majority of Germany's navy here before the war had even gotten really underway. It looks like they just threw all of their submarines into the fight. Our destroyers are now coming into the fight as well. Destroyers are usually very good against submarines. I think we just took out the... We either took out the Deutschland or he ran it away and subbed in his submarine fleet for some inexplicable reason instead. I'm not entirely sure what exactly is going on here. It would be nice if this were better set up. All of our ships are now grayed out, which means that they're ineffective in terms of actually engaging these things. Like, these submarine fleets are technically in the battle, but this one's 200 kilometers away. There's just no way for us to really catch up to it. And yeah, it's retreating faster than our ships can keep up with it. So that'll be an interesting thing to see how well that works out. It looks like he is attempting to move to reinforce down here. The British? No, the British aren't here. It's the Poles that are helping us. Yeah, okay, we only destroyed the light cruiser Emden, unfortunately, but we didn't take too significant of damage here. We have one group of destroyers that are down to 59% strength, but we're chasing them down. We're trying to attack them again, and it looks like we got a couple transport fleets and one destroyer flotilla, as well as, oh, the Graf Spree is here. But none of our ships are really in position to fight. We have one destroyer fleet that is being able to fight, but yeah, it looks like they ran away in time. Japan is now mobilizing. Good. Wonderful. Alright, well, all ships are going to stay on patrol. That'll be just fine. How's Poland doing? Not so hot. I mean, they haven't been pushed out of the Danzig corridor yet, but it's going to happen. They aren't even able to redeploy off of their Soviet line. And we have apparently pushed through down here. I mean, this means that we can attack north without taking a river penalty. I suppose, yeah, let's bring our armored corps down here. All of the armored corps, please. Bring our armored corps down here, and we'll see if we can make a breakthrough down here. Yeah, move up in this direction. I'm not going to abandon this point on our line, and we may leave someone behind to defend the Mulhouse segment of our fortified lines. But it'd be cool if we could make a little something out of this. Maybe distract the Germans, make the Polish campaign take a little longer. How are our air forces doing? It looks like they aren't even contesting us. They aren't even trying over here to take anything from us. But yeah, we'll move up, see if we can force them to reposition a little bit along this line. Canada wants to run a debt while trading with us. Basically, they won't pay us for anything that we give them. And we have been attacked out here. Let's put the backup fleet on. I don't want to escort a specific convoy. Let's just do a patrol mission out here. See if maybe they can do something about all that. Maybe. I'm not going to cross my fingers or anything. And we're in another naval combat. We found a bunch of their submarines. This is wonderful. We just destroyed 2 submarine flotillas with our main battle fleet. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually what you want a much faster fleet to be able to catch submarines. Okay, so we've pushed around back here. Our reinforcements are coming up. Let's try to attack into, what is this, Offenburg? I guess we'll support from across the river. See if we can encircle this unit here. It doesn't seem like it's going very well. These are all old guards. But we are attacking from 3 directions at once. We'll get the tanks into this combat. And we need to move our infantry units up. I want to encircle this guy and see if we can destroy him early on. Any manpower damage we can do to Germany without losing too many of ours, the better. And we are taking out German shipping, which is good. Starting to flesh out our interceptor corps. We will rename you as the 3rd Interceptors. Wonderful. Now, do we have another one in production? No. Well, let's start another one. We'll get there when we get there. Gonna be an expensive fight. More transports being sunk. And our organization, like, look at this. They have 49.5 organization, and we have... I know these units have been in combat, but 40? That is nothing, comparatively speaking. We really need to get our officer ratio up. And they have a submarine fleet wreaking havoc on our convoys now. No, you stay there. You move in. You move in. You move in. Okay, good stuff. Italy is mobilizing now. Hey, we found the Schleswig Holstein and the Schlesien. Excuse my pronunciation, please. It looks like the Poles have joined with their single unit of submarines. Good for them. And all of our battleships are within firing range. And oh my goodness, they just took so much damage there. I would have preferred, obviously, if we got some actual hits off on them, like we're able to actually sink one of their ships. But it'll be okay if we don't. Gonna rebase the incredibly damaged one down there, and we are being we are attacking in Constance. They have a Panzer division in here, a very, very experienced Panzer division apparently, defending the hills. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to make any progress at all. We are being bombed here. Where is our air support? They can't reach up there. Well, let's rebase you down here then. I guess if we're going to be attacking, we might as well have air intercept coverage up in this general region. How's that combat doing? We're getting them down. We might, I mean, it's pretty expensive. Units are gaining some experience, though, and that'll be nice. Really, these guys just need to hold the line, and if a small counterattack is enough to hold the line, I'm perfectly happy with investing in small counterattacks. We are attacking across the river from these two areas, so I'm not overly invested in this attack, if that makes sense. I'd like a tank unit to get up in here, though, and be help. Luxembourg is now mobilizing. Good job, Luxembourg. And they are now counterattacking us, unfortunately. Rather effectively. And another naval combat. More submarines. Destroy them. Kill them all. Ow. Okay, looks like they managed to reinforce that location, but they abandoned Freiburg to do so. So we're going to move into Freiburg. We might need to evacuate here, though, which would be unfortunate. Okay, we won. But we can't actually move in there until we've successfully defended against this counterattack. And all of the tanks that just got here aren't actually on the front line yet. It's just the already damaged infantry. So all we can do is hope that our Major General, rank 1, Old Guard, is able to get some of our tank divisions up to the front line to actually defend against this. And it's not looking too good. I mean, there is the chance. Oh, he just brought another Panzer up. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to just need to retreat. Move into Freiburg, please. Oh, I didn't actually tell you to perform an air intercept? I guess maybe you weren't rebased yet. They outnumber us pretty badly, actually. Once again, you weren't actually rebased yet. Yes, New Zealand, you can trade with us at debt. You know, it's not like we need the money either. Okay, well, as soon as they move into this province, we'll probably counterattack and try to take it back from them. How's Poland doing? Not too hot. Poland is no longer a country anymore. Oh my goodness, Great Britain, you are crazy. Craziness. What is this? You just landed a few Marines up north in Copenhagen? I mean, good for you, but... oh boy. Well, their entire navy's there, so I guess that's a good thing. What can we do, really? I suppose we can make a naval landing to support them, but they haven't really made a naval landing to begin with. Now that would be foolish of us. We're in no position to be making naval landings like that. What are you doing, Great Britain? My goodness. Well, at least they're doing things, you know? At least they're trying. I suppose there's something good to be said about that. Yeah, let's counterattack. Losing organization rather quickly is always a good sign. Well, for your enemy. Getting a little bit low on supplies, and yeah, these poor guys are not gonna be able to regain their organization while they're out here without any supplies in enemy territory trying to retreat. It's understandable. Alright, and we've pushed them out of the province that they just pushed us out of, which is fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, we didn't encircle that unit. It's kind of the whole goal of that. But I think we can put together a semi-defensive line if we can manage to push them out this far, using Stuttgart and Tübingen and this river over here. Might be able to make them take some pretty hefty losses trying to take it back from us. And they've just withdrawn from Offenburg now, apparently. Why they do this thing, I don't know, but we're going to take 100% advantage of it. Like, this is a fortified province. I think there's only one land fort in there, but it's just foolish. Why would they do that? Okay, they're now counterattacking us in Rottweil, so we need to counterattack their counterattack. And actually, we need to move more units over here, I think. And our poor Panzer Division. It has so little organization. Actually, I sort of expected it to be doing better than that. I guess our tanks are just not that good. See if we can get reinforcements up to Rottweil. And of course, now we need to wait for that reinforcement chance again. Even though we have units in the province, they're not actually engaged in the actual combat. You stay there. Air combat, how we doing? Not too hot. Maybe you guys should stop and relax for a bit. Hey! You got to the front. I don't think it'll really matter still. They're still significantly stronger than us. But we'll counterattack. See if we can do any damage to them. Managed to take this province, and now we're going to counterattack from up here. Take off the pressure. There's no way we're going to win this fight. Absolutely no way. They outnumber us, and we're already disorganized. There's just absolutely no way we're going to win this fight. That'll take the pressure off of Rottweil down here. I really would like to not lose Rottweil. You're going to need to retreat. Okay, well, you're not absolutely necessary to the front line anymore. We'll just swap you out. How are you guys doing? You are resting. You are attacking as well. You're moving up. I sort of feel like we need to commit more to this. Okay, we just did the opposite of this. We just detached this regiment, this corps, and moved them over to the Expeditionary Army, but now we're going to completely deplete the Expeditionary Army and move the 5th Corps back, because another corps of infantry might be the difference between making this work and this counterattack falling apart before we can get to defensive positions, and the Germans just bringing their full army to bear. I mean, this is a precarious situation we're in. And the British up here are just going to get slaughtered. It's unfortunate. Could have used those Marines, Britain. Bring them over here. Bring them to us. Help us defend. How about this? How about I set you as an objective for the United Kingdom? Maybe we can get them to bring some people over to us. I'm not sure. Alright, but I'm going to take a break here. Thank you much for joining me and for watching our Hearts of Iron game. Unfortunately, we started in August 20th, and it is now the 21st of September, so while we were going through like half a year, or maybe even a full year at a time, now the war's broken out, we're going to be taking it much, much slower. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I look forward to doing more in the future. Thank you much. See you again.